my friends, welcome to my channel. I am Polly Creates a Life, where I am trying to figure out this art thing, and I just want to say what an amazing few weeks I've had. So excited. My mojo is back and I am just having a lovely time. It started with, how shall I put it? I was having a little sip of some alcohol, and I came across this advert and I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to do it. And it was for a Bloom Week. And Bloom Week was 5 days of a bit of self-discovery in my art. And I thought, yeah, let's try that. It's a bit of fun. And then the next day I thought, what have I done? But I thought, wow, 25 quid, it was all right. I'm not going to faff with 25 quid. I'm not going to worry about that. So I will just say that it gave me connections to other like-minded people, which was amazing. And it gave me not permission, but it gave me a way to just express myself. And I can't tell you what a good thing it was. I know that I am doing the right thing, and that is so self-assuring and building my confidence in the kind of artwork that I want to create. And there's all sorts of different themes and things that I could incorporate into my artwork, but I will just show you what I've been creating for the last few weeks. So let's have a look. So here I am at my table. This is my A4 Fox and Willow journal, and I really recommend this because the paper's lovely and thick. It's actually watercolour paper, which I think is very adaptable. So not only can you use watercolour, but this is acrylics. So yeah, let's have a closer look. Wow, look at the energy and the colour. I love it. Had a really good playful session. This was my first session in Bloom Week. And this, does it look like a butterfly? Does it look like a floral, like some flower arrangement? Does it look like a face? What can you see in it? For me, I really enjoyed these little bits of ribbons that kind of by accident came about, and that was through scoring through wet paint with the end of my brush. And look, I love the texture that's created here. I kind of wanted these yellow flowers, like blooms, but I'm not quite sure whether that works. It doesn't matter, because this kind of gave me a chance to just play and be authentically just me, and chose the colours that I wanted. And I thought, well, what if I do this? What if I do that? Let's get some movement in there. And again, I just put my first layer of paints down, and then I folded it over, give it a squish, and then that happened. So then I continued, and it didn't take too long at all. Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. And these ribbons, they have, like, for me, a feminine flow. I will say a feminine flow. That could be a theme. I'm beginning to start creating a language that I enjoy. So yeah, that feels like me. And I'm so happy that I combined these colours and that bit of texture. It looks, to me, it looks like a butterfly. Awesome. Okay. I then bought a brand new journal specifically for Bloom Week, and oh, who's it called by? It's by Art Creation, and it's okay. It's just, it does bleed through on a few pages, which I'll show you in a minute. And I think it's okay, like I say, but where it's bled through, for example, on this page, I'm going to cover that up anyway, so it doesn't matter. Not really for watercolour, it is just quite a thin paper, but I wanted to just go for it. Doesn't matter. There's plenty of pages in it. There's quite a few. There's 80 leaves. So I like that. Very good value for money. So I think it was $7.99, something like that. But anyway, so on this particular day, I wasn't feeling too confident. I was feeling nervous, and although I do like this blue, it does remind me of the sky, like a summer sky. Cerulean, I think it is. But this was kind of like a muddy, oh, can you hear my little doggy in the background? Sorry. She's growling. She's trying to settle down on the, on the carpet. Hold on. Yeah, there she is. Yeah. I'm getting distracted now. Anyway, so, yeah. So, I started to incorporate some words and some little bit of inspiration. So play and feel free. Again, I combined the pages together to see what kind of imprint I would get. Didn't really work on that, but that's okay. I wouldn't say that this is successful. I wouldn't say that it's anything other than me just feeling not so great. And I think you can tell. I chose very muted colours, and I don't think that worked too well for me. But again, that's okay. So that was that one. Then I discovered that on this page, on Thursday, I really enjoyed the layering process. As you can see, I like lines and I enjoy circles, but I enjoy irregular circles, just the movement, something about it. It feels complete. It feels like the whole, but it's not quite as it should be. It's not perfect, and I love that. Again, we've got the cerulean here, but we've got the orange, so opposites on the colour spectrum. And I like white with it. And I used my fork in black ink. So inks could be a thing, I'm telling you now. And again, I've written a few words down. And it was very positive, a very feel-good moment. I absolutely love this one. I used a bit of collage, believe it or not. So where I'd written some words on a separate piece of paper, right? So, for example, this, right? That actually says the sea, okay? But I'd written something else, and I can't remember what it was. And so I tore a bit off and moved it into a different position because my eye then could see not the random, but the unusual shape of letters, which I enjoy. It's not pretty, it's not perfect, and I wanted to see what would happen if I incorporated that, and that is something I will definitely be playing with in the future. So yes, very successful this, very, very happy. Okay, what else happened? Okay. Oh, yes, so, yeah, and so these, again, a bit of collage, a happy blue and yellow. Yellow is such a, it's a power colour for me. And a little bit of pencil work, a little bit of, I don't know if you can see the texture that I created through just putting the end of my paintbrush into the paint. I like thick paint so that I can create texture. Yeah, played with a little bit of gold. I love black and gold. Black and gold is awesome. And so yeah, swishing and just being very, very playful. Okay. This, it was okay. I wanted to experiment with pink and black and ink in particular. It's okay. I like some of the swirls that I've got going on here. In parts, you know, I like it in parts. As a whole, no, I don't like it, but I do like it in parts. And I like doing kind of like rectangle-y, irregular shapes. I don't know why. That gives it a bit of energy and the zigzagginess and splodges. Ink, I love black ink. Fabulous. Fabulous. Splodges, love splodges. Okay. And this one, yeah, I wanted to experiment with orange and blue again, and quite strong, and also using the end of my the end of my paintbrush to see what would happen. It was good, and you can see I did squish. There's an opposite blob there. And yes, time to grow. Loving it, absolutely loving it. And then I did some righty stuff, which I won't share because, you know, that's just private stuff. Anyway, so this, it was an imprint of, I think, let me just check. Believe it or not, it was an imprint from one of these. So it was like the third print. So it was like I made, what was it on this side? No, I made some random blobs and just messing about. Squished it, so that's the second one. And then I used that. And look at this. That is quite curious. Again, I've got a ribbon flowing through. A feminine energy. I will call ribbons a feminine energy. I like the placement of the orange and the blues. Yeah. So then I just stuck that into my journal because I have some thoughts about this. And I can see just here, and I know it's your eyes just pulling things together to make a picture, but wow, that was completely random. And I like these unexpected happy surprises. And this lady, to me, I can see a lady. You may not see her, you may see something else, and that's cool. But that, to me, there's something in it. So what I might do is recreate that, but in a larger scale. And I'm really interested because that is the third imprint, if you like, or the third take, as it were. Different from my usual like duo that I like to make, if you know what I mean. So yes, that's from a different, that's a different thing altogether, from a different week. So yeah, that I think was my final session. But yeah, that's so cool. So cool. I love that orange. Oh, I love pigments, like really strong pigments. Okay, coming back to my big A4 book. This was the black ink. I'm using it more like a watercolour. And in fact, there is a bit of watercolour in here. This, I can't remember what colour that is. Yep, so just being playful. And then I'm putting acrylic on top. This has got pastel running through. And yeah, I like the blend of colours happening. So yeah, that was on another day. Because I do feel like I want to go bigger. it's all right doing the little books. Oh, it's all right doing the little books and everything, but yeah, I just feel much more like I'm doing something more. I really like this. Looks like an angel, some sort of like lasso energy thing. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, again, I like parts of it. As you can see, there is so much to be gained. So much to be gained in just a few sessions and just like 10, 15 minutes sessions that, oh, I just loved so much. Loved it so much. That's the way I'm going to go from now on. I have the opportunity to join other people in this experiment, this joyful artistic expression, and so I will as much as I can. But again, I am trying to, for example, today I have just done 8 hours of work. I got home, I had my shower, I went for a little siesta, and here I am doing this. I'm going to make my tea in a bit. And yeah, I'm finding it really difficult to fit everything in. So I could be getting some help actually. And I've been speaking to someone about getting some help. So that should ease things up a little bit so I can concentrate more on my arty work, and I will reveal more as time goes on. Yeah, I'm so happy, so happy, happy, happy. Please join me and in this weird and wacky experiment of doing abstract art. I'd like to do semi-abstract eventually, but for right now, I am just enjoying making a mess and being expressive. And as you can see, ribbons and creating that flow, colour. Yeah, I am up for it, really am. So yes, please subscribe, like, and all that jazz. And I will see you soon. I don't know when, but I'm doing my best. Okay. Mwah, mwah, mwah.